I'm live for the first time ever on this channel, I think. I think so, yeah. I'm live. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to give you all a few more minutes to kind of tune in, but I'm going to start off by talking about poverty relationships. Okay, poverty relationships. We have all been in them. Some of us are still in them. And sometimes we get stuck there and we don't know how to get out of them, or we feel guilty, or we feel like one day, this is not going to be the circumstance forever, and blah, 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 blah. But honestly, if you are in a relationship based in poverty, if you are in a relationship that's dragging you backwards financially, if you are in a relationship that's not going anywhere, that you want to go, then it's time to start making your exit plan, okay? Now, when you make your exit plan out of a poverty relationship, you're going to have to start saving and sacrificing and making plans to secure yourself and get out so that you don't get taken down even further, okay? So, a lot of people can do this by getting a part-time job, a side job, a second job, and just saving and saving and saving and saving until they can afford to leave on their own and do better for themselves. Because a lot of men will say, well, if you don't stay with me through this bad time in my life, you never loved me in the first place. You're not a ride or die chick or whatever. But if you love yourself more, you'll get up and leave and tell him to call you when he got his stuff together, okay? That's what common sense will tell anyone to do, You don't stay on a sinking ship, okay? You don't stay in a burning building. You get out and you save yourself. And if they're dumb enough to stay in that, then let them perish. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, I'm going to try to read some of these comments. Hi, everyone. So if y'all have a question about being in a poverty relationship, you can put them there now, and I'll look and I'll try to answer some of them. But I'm going to keep talking until I see a few questions, okay? So, yes, I've been in a poverty relationship before, and I left when it got to the worst point. I was like, forget this, I'm going to go start dating other people on the side. And so I could just easily make a transition. But you can't stay stuck in that for loyalty, because you have to be loyal to yourself first, okay? Okay, someone said, can we talk about dating rich men instead? Yeah, we're gonna get to that, believe me. Okay. So let's see. Dang, they're going too fast. Hold on. So we shouldn't date him if he doesn't have money at the time. No. Okay. He can't afford to date. What's your advice on dating at the age of 22? I don't want a relationship until I see everyone booed up. Okay. I met my husband when I was 22, okay? I dated him for about 5 years, and then we got married. So the younger you are, the higher chance that you have to get married, especially if you're going for an older man or a rich man. Okay, you wait too late. No, okay? You got to get them, they like them young. Okay. So, yeah, I'm trying to find some good questions. Should you date if you're not working and you are a girl? Yes, because you're the one that they're trying to impress, okay? They're supposed to pay for the date anyway, so the only expense that you need to have is, either getting to and from the date if they don't pick you up, or, getting yourself ready. You can date without a job, Men are supposed to court women, so they're the ones that are supposed to spend and pay and impress you, okay? If you're dating a man who you have to impress, you're dating the wrong man, okay? Yeah, saying no to struggle love is, a goal for many people. Okay, help. I'm 28, tired of dating poor people, poor men. Okay, yeah, well then stop dating poor men. Go to places where only men with money can get in. Go to places where only men and money with money can afford. Stop hanging out where broke men hang out. Okay, broke men cannot get into certain places, certain areas because it costs money. So you're gonna have to start looking elsewhere. Okay. Going to a place where they charge $20 admission, going to a place where the drinks cost $10, going to a place where, you have to valet park, going to a place where there's memberships involved. You can't just go anywhere because you'll meet just anybody, okay? You can join a very nice gym in a very nice neighborhood or a nice area. You can join certain places that do like outings. There's places in neighborhoods that are really nice that will, that will have like social functions and things like that. Fundraisers. Yeah, you just donate some money and you're in a room full of millionaires. You go to fundraisers. You got to look nice. You can't go in there looking ratchet, okay? Hospitals, restaurants around hospitals, like around lunchtime. There will be lots of doctors and physicians out eating lunch at the bar. You got to go to where the money is, okay? You can't stay in your neighborhood and go to your local dive bar. That's not where the money is, okay? Let's see. Yeah, it says my girlfriend just joined a yacht club. Yeah, this lady that used to work for a long time ago, that's how she met her husband. She joined a yacht club. She didn't even have a yacht. She just joined the yacht club saying, I want to learn. Okay, and so she met a guy with a yacht, and he taught her about sailing and all that kind of stuff, Or she was like, I'm looking to buy one. She lied. She was looking for a husband, okay? How much money do you think a man should earn to be able to support a family? Well, it depends on where you live, because if you live in New York or California, it's expensive. But if you live in like where I live, or like in smaller areas, it's less. So for me, where I live in Texas, I live in Houston. For me, you got to make at least 6 figures. I'm just going to say 6 figures for a family of at least 4. Okay, to live comfortable and to be happy and not be miserable just working to survive. Okay, I say 6 figures because that's comfortable and you can kind of enjoy life at that point. If you're going to be barely making it and struggling, that causes relationship issues. So nothing under 6 figures for a family, okay, unless you can live without certain luxuries, okay, unless you can live without cable, unless you can live with, in a so-so neighborhood, unless you can live without driving a nice car, unless you can live without purchasing the products that you like or shopping when you like, okay? But it can be done on a high 5-figure salary, but for me, I need 6 figures and up, okay? How much is too old to find a good rich guy? How much is too old? I say don't go over 20 years because then that's too old. Then he's like your daddy, okay? What if he's a social worker? My mom and dad worry about his income. If you're a social worker, that should be a climbing career job. My friend was a social worker and now she owns her own business, okay? Tell him to social work all he needs to do, but save money on the side and start his own business or private counseling or nonprofit organization or something. But he needs to be striving higher. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't have something he's working towards and he's just satisfied in a low-paying job, that's the kind of life y'all are going to have, okay? How do you not come off as a gold digger, or should you not care? The only people who are offended by gold diggers are people that don't have gold to dig, okay? Most men with money only deal with women who expect the best, demand the best, know what the best is, appreciate the best, because he can't bring some ratchet up to meet his colleagues. And, she's wearing some, dollar store flip flops and and, some leggings. He can't bring you up to that. You gotta present yourself as able to fit into that world. You have to demand the best. If he drinks champagne, you need to be drinking champagne too. If he's wearing $1,000 suit, your dress needs to cost at least that much or close to it. Okay, I don't care if you gotta buy it thrifted or what, but he like attracts like. If you're going to be taken seriously, you can't be beneath him. You have to be on that same level, or at least him able to pull you up to that level easier. Is there a such thing as a good black rich man? Yes, I've met plenty of them. I've dated plenty of them. The thing is that they are very far, few, and in between. I'm just gonna tell it to you like that. You have to be, out of their reach. Like you can't be interested in them. They have to come chase you. Okay. If for a long time, and no, this is not racist, but for a long time, people would only think I would date white guys. And they're like, oh, you look like you date white men. Like when a black man would approach me, oh, you look like you date white men. You look like you date white men. Blah, 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 blah. And I've never even seen these people, talk to them. This is the first time be interacting with them. And they would just assume because I have such high standards that I only date white men. And I was like, no, I date any race of men who can meet my standards. So if you can't meet my standards, I'm not dating you. Okay? So I say, yeah, I do date black men who can meet my standards. And, they just either, well, what are you, they would just make up some excuse and dismiss themselves. I wouldn't even have to do it. I'm like, okay, yeah. Well, what are your standards? Oh, well, they have to be educated, have a career, not married, blah, 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 blah. And I would go down the list and they would just get up and leave because they didn't meet it. Okay, so it wasn't about white or black. It was about my standards. If you meeting the standards, you getting the date. Okay, I don't discriminate. My standards are there. I ended up marrying a black man because he met every standard. And he pursued me. So why not? Have I heard of single moms by choice? I have heard of it. And I tell my kids all the time. I say, look, you don't have to get married. If you have enough money to take care of yourself and you want to have kids, or you don't want to be married at all or have kids at all and just go do what you want to do and travel the world, go do that, because, it's not really necessary if you can fulfill your own happiness, Anyways, let's see. How to work a rich older guy's brain to get into his head. You insult them, duh. Or you talk about someone with more money who's interested in you. Okay, rich men do not like competition. They will tell them you dated someone with more money, and that they love that. They're like, oh, I got such and such's ex-girlfriend who was dated, made way more money than me. You got to research, okay? Let's see. This stream is so damn stupid. Oh, well, why are you on it? You must be stupid too if you're on the stream. Okay, anyways, I'm just reading some trolling comments. What if he asks you to move into a different state, is supporting you with allowance but not engaged yet? Not engaged, wants you to move. I'm not moving for anybody. I'm sorry. unless I am engaged and married. I'm not moving for anybody. Why? Because my standards are too high. If you want me to move across the country with you, I'm going to need a ring. Okay? I'm going to need a ring. A ring and the allowance. Let's see. How to make them commit. You can't really make a man commit. You just have to let them be afraid that you're going to leave and find someone better. Okay, and tell them, look, I'm such and such years old, and there's plenty of men who would love to date me, and I feel like we're wasting a lot of time because I don't feel like you're going to commit anytime soon, and I really want to have a family, and so I feel like this is a dead end for me. So I'm just going to open my options now. And if you're ready to make a commitment, we need to start talking about that, or else I'm just gonna start making plans to move on. Yeah, that's how you do that. Okay. What do I think about polyamorous relationships? I was just thinking about that the other day. I think that is the future. Actually, I think people are going to start having boyfriends, girlfriends, wives, and husbands. It's not just going to be gay, straight. It's going to be everything. And I feel like, because like in our day when we were young, okay, it was the big thing was like interracial and gay marriage. Okay, now what's next? You got to keep pushing it, right? So the next thing is going to be multiple partner marriages, and then the next thing is going to be, I don't know. I'm waiting on aliens to come. So we can have some interdimensional being families, okay? So I feel like it is the future, but because people are becoming so programmed to accept certain things, it's not going to be a big deal anymore. And I feel like, if the money is right, if people accept it, if you accept it, if you can explain that to your kids, then go for it. But I think that society usually sticks to the norm for the most part, but I do feel like it will evolve into something in the future. But I would never do it unless I could have two husbands. Okay. Talk about men cheating and why do they cheat if they love their women. Men cheat because of lust, not love, okay? Men will cheat because they're horny. Men will cheat because they see something better or different than they see at home. Men will cheat because they can. Men will cheat because the sky is blue, okay? I don't know. I mean, I can love someone and cheat on them too, and I can still love them after that. That love has nothing to do with cheating, okay? So I feel like a lot of people get that confused. Just like you love your mom and dad, but you'll sit there and lie to them in the face about something you didn't do. Okay, that doesn't mean you don't love them. It just means, you chose to do that, but you still love them. It has nothing to do with each other. I was looking online. They say 83% of married men cheat. So, I didn't see the women, but I didn't look up the woman, but I'm pretty sure some women are cheating too. I have a friend that's always saying there's married women in his inbox. So marriage doesn't stop cheating. It kind of like gives you a comfort zone. And if you want to cross and go cheat somewhere and and do whatever you need to do, marriage doesn't stop that. Okay. Okay, do you think all men cheat? I think a very, very high percentage of them do. I think if all men were given the opportunity to cheat and get away with it, I think 99% of them would. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. Is 30 too old to pull a rich man when you look like you're 24? No, just go for someone who's a little older. And some rich men like, mature women who look young, because they have more in common. So as long as you look good and is what they like, yeah, I'm sure. Okay. What makes a guy a man, not a boy? Well, a man is a responsible person who can provide and protect for a family, who has goals, who's striving, and someone who people can look up to, brag about, someone who you can be proud of, not someone who's begging or asking for things all the time, making excuses for why, they're not where they want to be in life, running out on responsibilities, not being a good father or husband, blah, blah, blah. That's a boy, okay? That's someone who wasn't ready, okay? Oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. My alarm went off on my phone for something. I don't know why. Am I supposed to be doing something? Oh, well. So let me read these comments. So I'm saying even if they love their women, they still cheat just because they can. And da, da, da. Yes. Okay. Men are different than women. They're driven more by physical lust. Okay. Than anything. That's why strip clubs and sex sells, and they got women, half naked women selling cars. That's why any woman can, talk themselves into, getting what they want from men, because they don't think the same way women think. Okay, it's not about love. It's about getting what they want at the moment. It's about gratification. It's about the climax. It's not about, oh, I see myself with this woman for the rest of my life. It's going to be marriage and babies and love. And that's the nurturing side of, which is women. Men are like hunters. They want to spread their seed. They're like more like, wanting to have sex and be physical. They want to touch. They want to be intimate. And then, they can do that with just about anyone, so it doesn't make it about love, because if you think about it, ask the average man how many women they slept with, and then ask them how many of those women that they loved. Okay. So yeah, it's not about love with men. That's why to catch a man, you have to put it on him. Okay. How do you ask for allowance without sounding greedy? What words should you use? I need some money. Okay. I need some money. That's how you ask. You don't ask, you say. You tell them, I need some money. I'm sorry, you don't ask, you tell. How do you get him to marry you? Have other options. Have other options, and let him know that you have other options. And let him know that it's either him or somebody better than him. Okay. Also, you have to be peaceful and calm. You can't think too much with your emotions. You can't overreact on anything, because when a man is deciding that he wants to marry you, he's watching how you act in certain situations. So if you're always blowing up and exploding, getting mad, kicking him out, or leaving and packing up and blocking his number, that's chaos, and no man wants to come home to chaos. So if you act, keyword act, peaceful, nice, smile more, have less attitude. You can have an attitude in the back of your mind and get them back later, but you don't show that if you're trying to get married. You just blow it off. It's like, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it, no big deal. Oh yeah, I'm cool. Don't worry about it. You know what? I know that sometimes this happens, and things get out of hand, and just because I wasn't comfortable with it, it doesn't mean anything. It's just something that bothers me. That's my problem. Play it off, and then when you get married, then you can do whatever you need to do. I'm trying to read. Okay. What's the name of let's see, Shira, are divorced or are divorced guys worth the time? Yeah, because they've had practice and they basically halfway been tamed. What if his friend sees you as a gold digger? Then he has broke friends. Because if they don't have women like you as well, that means they're just jealous. They can't afford a woman like you, okay? What about personal items such as lovers wanting to go through your phone, etc.? Lovers, no. Fiancés, husbands, maybe. They have private settings on phones. You can hide stuff, okay? Even if you let them go through your phone. There's places where there's hidden stuff. And you have to have a code to get in there. But I feel like most people are pretty good at hiding stuff anyway. So if you went through their phone, you probably wouldn't find nothing unless they're stupid and have a low IQ. Don't know how to delete stuff. I don't know. Do you stay with a bipolar man? No. Goodbye. I have a story about a bipolar man. This girl I went to mortuary school with, she dated a bipolar man, was engaged to a bipolar man, and he almost killed her. Her father had to shoot him with a shotgun because when he was in one of his bipolar moments and was trying to murder her. So bipolar, if you're talking about real bipolar, mental disorder, no, because what if they go off their medication? And I saw this thing on TV where this guy was bipolar and he killed his 2 kids, and the wife came home. She went to go get her hair done, and he seemed perfectly normal. But when his mental illness kicked in, when she came home, her 2 kids were dead, and he was just sitting there saying, "I didn't mean to do it." And he called 911 on himself. So bipolar is a no-no. Goodbye. Let me see. Okay, so this video was mostly about poverty dating. So I don't respect anyone who stays in a poverty environment due to love. Okay? Because that means you love that person more than you love yourself. And you can't love someone unless you love yourself. So it's not even real love. It's infatuation. Okay? Or being desperate. I feel like any woman who has to make excuses for her man, he's not a man, he's a boy. Okay? Mamas make excuses for their sons. Okay? So no. You got to get out of that feeling sorry for and loyalty and all that kind of crap. You got to have loyalty to yourself and have goals for yourself. If you don't have goals for yourself and you letting somebody drag you down, you don't love yourself, and they will never respect you either because you stayed there, It's like they feel like you can't do any better. That's why you stay in there with them. And they're always paranoid you're going to leave because they know this ain't right. Okay? How does a woman break the cycle of poverty when her parents are still in poverty and see nothing wrong with it? My mom thinks my standards are too high. Well, you just keep going. Okay, you know the truth. You know your standards are high for a reason because you don't want to be poor. You just tell her, look, my standards are high because I don't want to be poor. Okay, there's nothing wrong with not wanting to be poor. If that's where you feel like, because you have to think about it. A long time ago, poverty was taught as a good thing to keep people at a certain economic level. So you can't fall into that trap. We already know now it's not a good thing. Eyebrows on fleek. Thank you. I drew them in good today, didn't I? What if he says, I'm going to have to understand him saying no to him buying me certain things as I get older? Well, then tell him you'll get someone else to buy them. Okay. It's like, oh, no worry. I'll still get what I want. Maybe not from you. How do you get your rich ex back? Oh, my gosh. Anytime you ever want to get somebody back, you have to date someone better. Or lie and say you're dating someone better. Put pictures of somebody with richer stuff on your Facebook. Put pictures of somebody's nice car and you next to it with them. I don't care if you got to Photoshop it. Okay? That's how you get someone back. You act like you moved on to something bigger and better. Okay? What do I think about police officers? Okay. I live next door to a sheriff, and on the other side, I live next door to a DEA. And so far, so good. They haven't, they're just like normal people. But I guess when they get on their job, they get this power trip. Okay, so one side is a black DEA agent, and the other side is a white sheriff. So, they're nice. They speak to me. But as far as how they act when they're doing their job, I feel like, it's just how they were raised, what they believe, how they treat people. For example, I've been mistreated by a black cop. Okay, I've been treated really nice by a black cop. I've been treated really nice by a white cop. Treated really nice by a Hispanic or Latino cop. They've never had any trouble with me except for one. But that was my fault because I cussed him out. But I've never had any problems. My brother never had any problems. My mom never had any problems. So, I can't speak from personal experience except for the one time I did have a problem because I cussed one out. But, let me tell you that story because that's interesting. Okay, so this cop, undercover cop, black guy, right? I'm at this really nice bar at this really nice restaurant, and I'm drinking. And I have about 3 drinks, and he comes up to me and he says, what's your name? How are you? Da-da-da. He's trying to talk to me, and I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm fine. So he tries to get my phone number, and I turn him down because I'm dating the guy that I'm married to now, but I was dating him, but he wasn't there. So he gets mad. He says, okay, well, you can't leave the bar because you've had 3 drinks and you haven't eaten anything. And I'm like, well, then let me order some food then, blah, 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 blah. He's like, no, you have to leave now. And I'm like, what? So because I did not, give him my phone number or was showing him any interest, he wanted to say I couldn't drive home. And I'm like, I'm going to drive home. I had 3 drinks. This ain't nothing. I'm not intoxicated and blah, 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 blah. So he was like, well, I'm going to have to call the police on you to come and get you if you don't cooperate. And so I was like, fine, I'll call a cab, whatever. I'll call a cab. But while I was sitting there waiting I was cussing him out. I was like, it's pretty sad and pathetic that, you approach me and I, deny you because I'm dating someone. You should respect that and blah, 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 blah. And then he's going to say, well, that's why I don't date black women. And I said, the part where Medea gets mad and her eyes lights up. I'm thinking of something back to say, right? Oh my God, it's finna go down. So what I said is, well, you know what? The reason I don't date cops is because y'all don't make a lot of money. I said, my man makes way more money than you. And that's the real reason that I wouldn't give you the time of day or my money or my number. And he just got upset. He was like trying to figure out something. And I was like, oh, don't worry about it. He's black. I said, I do date black men, but I do date black men who make money. I don't date no cop. Bye. So, 2 weeks later, I see him again, right? I'm sitting at another bar in another restaurant with my friend this time, and who's a girl. He walks in, he looks around, he sees me, turns around, walks right back out. Because he already know I'm going to tell everybody at that bar what happened. So, sometimes cops try to use their status and power to, get women. And when the women reject them, they get mad. So that's my experience, And I had to be honest with him because I was so upset. I'm trying to read some of these things. How much money do you think a man should make to support his wife? I just answered this a little while ago. If you don't have any kids, I say a high 5 figures. If you got kids, you need 6 figures, especially if you want them to have any kind of future in life and enjoy it. Okay. Okay, so I guess I'll just get back to talking about something. I have a lot of trolls on this channel, and most of them are men because they're upset at the way that I think and the standards that I have. But it hasn't gotten me. In a bad place. It works, so I don't know why they're mad. I feel like a lot of men are stuck in transition. Like, they're stuck and they don't know how to get ahead. Or, instead of watching these videos, you should be watching how to get rich videos, how to invest videos, how to grow your money videos, how to, start a business video. I don't know why y'all up and over here. We don't want y'all anyways, okay? Anybody who's offended by a gold digger or have, problem with a gold digger, you're not even a target. So I don't even know why you're here unless you just want to look at me, okay? I'll appreciate that, but y'all need to be on some other videos on how to get paid. Not here. Like someone, okay, and a lot of guys will get upset, like the trolls, and brag about how much they make, and they'll put it in the comments. I'm like, I make more money than that on my YouTube channel, sitting here talk trash, okay? So no, that's not a lot of money to me. Next. And I'm just brutally honest because sometimes people need to hear the truth. It might hurt, but when you get knocked down, you get back up and you keep going and you do better, I cussed this man out on YouTube a couple years ago. He came back and said, thank you for putting me in my place and telling me, what I was doing was backwards. And now I have a good job. I'm about to get married to this girl that I was trying to date, but she wouldn't date me because I didn't have nothing. And now that I'm responsible and, making money, have a good job with benefits, we're about to get married and she's going to have a baby. And, after we get a house. And so he got on track. It basically what it took was somebody telling him and all the comments agreeing with it that he was in the wrong. Because some men, they don't have fathers. They don't know how to be husbands. They don't know how to be boyfriends. They don't know that you're supposed to do certain things. They don't know that. They've been taught other things like, ask for half the rent. Don't pay on dates. Blah, blah, blah. They've been told the wrong thing. And that's why they can't really get ahead in life. Because when you don't respect women, you just you have bad luck when you don't respect women. Look at all the countries on the planet who mistreat women. Okay? They're always at war. They all, it look bad. Nobody want to go there. Look at that. Okay, when you mistreat women, everything collapses around it. So y'all gotta do better. Okay, respect women. That's how you got here. Okay, men sponsoring for plastic surgery now. I love that, making themselves useful. Let me tell you a story about that. Okay, my sister had a man pay for her. She had some bags under here that would never go away, just like puffy. And she had this guy. She wasn't even dating him for real. She was just like sleeping with him, I guess. She had him pay for her eye surgery. I have other family members that have done the same thing with other people, but I don't need plastic surgery, girl. I'm good the way I am. He just got paid for makeup, my husband. Okay, I'm gonna put my contact information if y'all want a consultation. I'll put that in the description bar after the live feed is gone. It's over, so y'all can check there because I have people asking me in the comments how you get in contact with me. I'm gonna put my email address, or I'll just say it now and you can write it down. lpadua11@yahoo.com. Okay. Yeah, I'm still on Yahoo. Okay. I'm trying to read some questions that are like, interesting. Okay. Okay, well, I'll just put it in the description box and you can, or you can find me on Facebook same name. You know what? I'll put my website for my readings, and then you can go through the contact section. That will get me for sure. Yes, that's how it is, and it's all lowercase though. Okay. Someone asked me how I feel about the state of the black family. Most black families, like most other families, are dysfunctional. And black families are worse because most of them are stuck in poverty. And they don't know how to get out of it. So I feel like most families that have to struggle and, do all those type of things, black or white, have issues. Okay. I just feel like money can solve a lot of those problems, and education. So I feel like if people were more educated and had higher standards, there would be less problems. That's how I see it. Okay. If the poorer you get, the messier things get. Okay. Anyways, let me see what else y'all are saying. I'm trying to read the back comments to see if there's anything that I missed. How long do you wait to ask a man to pay for major cosmetic surgery? I don't know. I never had any plastic surgery, so you had to ask my sister. She didn't wait too long, though. She waited about a month. But see, when you have, okay, let me tell you how to do this. Like I already told y'all, if you claim to have dated men with more money, these men with money are going to try to compete by spending money. So your ex-boyfriend, even if they're fake or real, has to be richer than your current target. Okay. For example, you could say, oh, I used to date such and such, or some type of basketball player, or, something believable, a CEO to some company, make it up, and he bought me this and that, and he paid for this and that. And, if you're already used to such treatment and you're dating someone who has some money, they're going to be more willing to compete with that, because they know if you leave them, you're just going to go on to some other guy that has money too, and you're just going to think he was broke and fronting. Okay, so you got to lie. Yes, lie. Even if all your exes was broke, say you used to date some rapper, I don't know, just I used to date, this and that person, Photoshop a picture, I don't care, but just make it up. It will up your ante. It will up your value, I promise you. Back in my day, we didn't have Photoshop, so like I really did date some guys with more money than my husband, and he knew it. That's why he felt lucky to have me, because he's like, oh my God, you dated this person, you dated that person, or you went out with that person. Yeah, I did. Okay, so they're less likely to say no to you because they know you can do better. It says Arab men don't get serious with women outside their race. That's true. I had a lot of ladies who dated Arab men for many years and thought that they were going to marry them, but they usually don't marry outside their culture or religion. They just use you for sex, because it's a no-no in their country to have sex, in some of their countries, to have sex before marriage. So you just getting used. Okay. Someone said same with Indian family. Yeah. Let me tell you about my Indian ex-boyfriend, because I used to date an Indian guy. Y'all gonna laugh, okay? So I used to date this Indian guy, and y'all gonna laugh why I dated him, okay? Please don't laugh. I dated him because he looked like Michael Jackson. He looked like Michael Jackson from the Thriller era, okay? He was a Trinidadian Indian, okay? But like I wasn't trying to get serious with him anyway. I just want the thrill. Get it? The thriller. Okay, so Yeah, he was fun. And I just when I date guys like that, or when I dated guys like that I knew were never going to marry me, and I was never going to marry them. And nothing against Indian guys. I just knew that their culture was very different than mine, and you know, probably was never going to happen because, you know, just differences. And plus, we were young. So I just had fun. I just had fun with that. I learned about other cultures, other things. But I feel like a lot of Indian guys were into me, because there was another one that I dated, and he had like an English accent after that, and he was really cute. We dated for a while, but I know he was saving himself for his wife, so we never really did anything. But we had a lot of fun. But yeah, it's good to date outside when you're young to experience. But like the type of person you want to marry, that's who you like give all your energy and effort to. Like if you're just gonna date for fun, date for fun. Not every boyfriend you have has to be your future husband or your soulmate. This is a bucket list, because when you get married, you're gonna want to think back on some of the guys you dated and be like, oh my God, I'm so glad I dated him. Oh my God, now you're just gonna have all these great memories of all these guys that you dated, and like when you're like on your 16th year of marriage, you can kind of go back and think about, oh my God, I had a good life. I had fun. I remember that one guy. And you're not gonna get bored with your husband and be like, I need to go find another man because I didn't have a lot of different guys when I was single, and I was just waiting on this one person. Now I'm curious to see what else is out there. That's why a lot of women cheat, because they didn't experience enough before they got married. And that's why a lot of men cheat too, because they didn't have enough experiences before they got married. And I know in some cultures you're supposed to wait till you get married and that's it. But do you know how curious people are? I wonder how sex is with this type of person. I wonder what sex is with that type of person. They're going to be curious and they're going to go figure it out. If you already know what it is, then then you don't need to worry because you already know what it is. It's like, yeah, that was good. Okay, let me read what's in the comments. Okay. Please talk about ambitious women. Should we hide our ambitions in front of men? Yes. Why? Because men are threatened. And a lot of us will say that they're not, but secretly they are, okay? If you make more money than a man, if you have more goals than a man, if you're more focused than a man, they're going to start feeling like your child. So, like my mom says, and no offense against blonde people, she said you got to put on your blonde wig, okay? My mom says you got to put on your blonde wig whenever we go shopping or whatever, and she needs help, or she'll say, let me put on my blonde wig and ask for some help. And she just means figuratively. She don't really have a blonde wig, okay? Talk about long distance relationships. I don't like them. I would never recommend one unless you don't have anything else going, and that's just the best thing you can do, and that's the best you can do. Or have them as a side relationship because it never works out. It never works out because a man is a man. They have needs. A woman has emotional needs, and yeah, those can be easily fulfilled through the internet and the phone. But a man has physical needs, and so does a woman. But men are more likely to act on theirs. So I don't feel like they work unless you have some type of arrangement or agreement. If you can't live in the same city as me, you don't love me. Okay, bye. If you can't move across the country for me, then we not meant to be. That's what I'm saying. How do you tell a man he has to have a successful career to be with you? Just tell him, okay, he'll be like, well, what are you looking for in a man? And that's when you tell him, I'm looking for a man who's goal driven, has a career, not wants a career, but has a career. Okay, you just tell him, like, well, he'll be like, well, what are you looking for? Oh, I'm looking for a really nice, start off with the obvious, a really nice guy, healthy, attractive man, not married, career oriented, has a career, is very adamant about reaching his goals in life. And if they don't have that, they're going to exit the building and on to the next, So you just mention it. That's a requirement. Some guys will mention straight up, I want a woman with no kids. Some guys will mention straight up, I want a woman who's independent. And you just say that. You don't scoot around it because you're wasting time. Okay, I'm trying to see what time it is. Okay. How do you not care what men think about mistakes you've made? Forgive yourself. If you think you made a mad mistake and you don't forgive yourself, then you're going to value what other people think. So if you've already forgiven yourself, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks because you already forgiven yourself, If you've done something that a man can't forgive, then go find another man who don't know about it, okay? Or make him forget by reminding him of something he did. Let me see. Guys with careers don't mind women who are on their way and still going to school or working their way up, okay? How do we get men to approach us? Well, you got to look good, smell good, act feminine. Act like you're not looking for them, act like you're already happy without them. Act interesting, like, act like if they don't come over and see what you're about, they're missing out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like men will approach you if you don't look desperate and like you want them to approach you, And if you're with a big group of people, they're not going to approach you. If you're alone and looking confident, they're more likely to approach. So if you go out with a bunch of girls, it's harder. Or you could go to the bar by yourself every once in a while, get away from that crowd and make it easier to approach. Help, my mom gets bad vibes about my boyfriend. What do I do? Most women or most mothers don't like some of their children's boyfriends because they can already see what they're about because they're older and wiser and they've already dated someone just like them. Okay, they already know what he plans to do, what kind of person he is, if he's a loser. They already know that. So listen to mama. She knows, okay? But sometimes we got to live and learn and find out for ourselves so that we can know and not repeat the same mistake or date the same type of person again. Because my mom hated my ex-boyfriend and I was in love with him. But when I woke up, when my eyes opened, when that love, veil lifted, I understand why she didn't like him. And I was dumb enough to waste, a year with him. So moms see things you can't. So just say, well, let me figure it out for myself. I know he's not the perfect person, but let me see that so that the next person I date, I won't choose the same type. That's how you do that. So just let her realize you got to figure it out. You got to date bad losers too to know what a winner is. Okay, not saying your boyfriend's a loser, but, whatever she's seeing in him that she doesn't like, you're going to see it sooner or later. Anyways. Okay, going back to these comments. Someone asked me that earlier. Do I think all men cheat? I think most men cheat. That's my answer. What do you think about dating multiple men, not sleeping with them until one marries you? I think you're going to, in America, if you live in America, you're going to have to sleep with somebody before you get married because they want to test drive, okay? And what if you get stuck with a man that you're not, compatible with. I say if you're going to date multiple men, to make sure they're worth it, like if you lose one, the other one got you, or vice versa. I don't think, because men date multiple women all the time. It's like, I feel like it's up to you as a person and how you feel about what you're doing. I always like to have plan B, that man who will wait on you and worship the ground you walk on while you're dating this guy. And that one don't work out, plan B is right there to pick up the slack. And I feel like plan B is better than multiple dating, because that can get messy and end in disaster. Let's see. What if you get stuck with a broke? Oh, must take a test drive. Okay. Sorry to be gross. Okay. Oh. Okay. What if you get stuck with a broke penis? What are your thoughts about online dating? I met I met losers on there. I hear stories. Online dating. Okay. I think people who do online dating are cheap and can't afford to go out and date for real, okay? Or meet someone in person, because, a profile picture with filters on it, taken like this, with lighting, look totally different than this, okay? So if you gotta be on online dating profile, there's something wrong with your personality where you can't meet people in public and date online at the same time. I understand it's, if you have a dating profile online and you meet people, look them up, or go to dating profiles that have standards, like that people have to pay for. If you go to one that a man has to actually pull out his credit card and pay to be on this dating website, he's serious about finding somebody, he's got money, this and that. So don't go to the cheap ones, go to the ones with the men with money, okay? MillionaireMatch.com, they screen these men to see how much money they make per year before they can even get on there. You got to go to the ones that are serious. You can't just go to the little ones anybody can get into. You have to date online exclusively, okay? Like when I used to date online back in the old days when it first came out, okay, because I'm old, like I would make sure that person, I would make sure I saw everything. Take a picture of your car, take a picture of your house, take a picture of this, take a picture of that. Okay, let me see. Because back then they didn't have those type of dating websites. Now they do. Now you don't have to do all of that, So, yeah. A lot of people will date on a certain website because it's popular, or like Tinder or whatever. But, I'm going to save my time. If I was dating in these days, I would go straight to Millionaire, onlinedating.com, or Match.com or something, where you could see how much these people make, because like I said, no, there's no romance without finance, and you're going to meet losers all the time. You might be compatible with losers too, but you're also compatible with people with money, so who can help you and do things for you and give you a good lifestyle, and can afford to marry you, and can afford to start a family, and can afford to go on vacations, and can afford to feed you, a lot of the websites are free for women and they make men pay. So find one of those or invest in it. This is your future. You can't just go on anything, because anybody can go on there, How do you deal with cheating men, since you think every man cheats? I feel like, as a mature woman, I feel like anybody can cheat. A man, a woman. So I feel like as long as everything else is in, what you want it to be, and you also can cheat, it's not like a big deal. Because, okay, for example, if y'all see my video, Let Your Man Cheat, it's using reverse psychology. If you don't want your man to cheat, tell him, let's have an open relationship. If you already think he's cheating, if you think he's cheating, offer to have an open relationship. It's like, you know what? I noticed that, I feel like you're wanting to open the relationship up and, date outside the relationship. So, I'm not mad at you or anything. I understand because I've had those feelings too. So, since you've been dating outside the relationship, I think we should discuss, if this is something we want to do. Do we want to have an open relationship? He's going to get mad because he can't think about another man touching you. Okay? And he's going to think you already did. So he's going to get upset. He's going to, oh my God, is she going to cheat on me? I need to stop cheating on her. I need to be home every night at this time so she won't think I'm cheating and go cheat, whenever she has free time. So then he's going to kind of end whatever he's doing and pay more attention to you. Check out you. Where you going? What you doing? Do you want to go? Then he's going to start trying to be the person he should have been. You know what I'm saying? Because now he thinks that you found somebody that's possibly either could replace him, have sex with you, and then, get up all in his territory. So he's going to start acting right. That's what my video, let your man cheat means. Because a man is going to cheat. But if he feels like there's consequences that are just as bad, he's less likely to do it. You know what I mean? He's going to be like, because men are very territorial. So if he thinks somebody is sleeping with you because he's sleeping with somebody with permission, first of all, he's not even going to get excited anymore because it's not sneaking around. And you gave him permission to do it. It's not even exciting anymore. It's like, okay, she said I could do this. Okay, now it's no more fun. Now she knows what I'm doing. What is she doing? Who's she sleeping with? Does he look better than me? Does he make more money than me? Is his penis bigger than mine? So all these thoughts and insecurities are going to start whirling around in his head. And he's not going to want to cheat anymore. He's going to be like, and he might deny that he ever did, but he's going to be home, okay? If a man cheats, does that mean he does not love and respect you? No, like I said earlier, if y'all just tune it in, if a man cheats, it doesn't mean he doesn't love you. It means he just wanted to have sex, okay? Sex and love are two different things. Okay, let's see. Let me go back. If you find out your man is talking to some other woman, do you get up in the other woman's face about it? No, you don't get in the other woman's face. It's your man who decided to cheat, okay? That would be like if some guy approached you and wine and dined you and said, I really like you. Let's, sleep together. And you slept with them. And then their girlfriend, baby mama, wife, or whatever came up and got in your face. It wasn't your fault. You have no idea this man was married or taken or whatever. And if you did and you still decided to do it, he's the one that pursued you. So, that should be taken up with the man. Women who are fighting over men look stupid. It's really dumb. If you want to tell a woman, look, your man been cheating on you with me, I just want to tell you, that's different. But if you're going to act a fool and go Jerry Springer on someone, that's why he cheating on you, because you ratchet, okay? What do you think about dating a man who's in a relationship? Like I said, all men cheat. So, there's somebody dating a man in a relationship. I don't really think anything of it. I don't judge people. I feel like you're going to do what you're going to do anyway. And I've dated men in relationships when I was single and, didn't last very long. Or I made them break up or something happened. But, that's how most people start dating, while other people are dating other people, then they break up. So it's not a big deal. But I don't feel like it's something that you should do on purpose. It should just be under circumstance. Like, oh, I didn't know, or they lied to me and we fell in love, it's too late, and blah, blah. Talk about manifesting. Okay. Manifesting is willing what you want, okay? Willing what you want, creating what you want, vibrating on the same frequency as what you want, okay? So, for example, if you want a husband, act like you're already married. Not, don't act like it with a man, but act like you would act if you were a wife. You know, go to the bar, look good, respectable. Don't show everything. Don't be in everybody's face. You know, act respectable. Act like a wife. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you want to have a wealthy man approach you, act like the type of woman the wealthy man will approach. You know, it's the law of attraction. You're manifesting. You're thinking, okay, well, if I was to date a rich man, this is how it dressed, this is how it looked, this is how it talked, this is how it act, and that's what you would do. And you would walk around as if you date rich men. And what's going to approach you? Rich men, okay? Because that's what you're vibrating on. You know, also, if you want something and you think about it, you know, every night, and you think about how you're going to feel when you get it, and you think about all the things that you plan on doing when you get it, and you're thankful for having it even before you have it, it's already on its way, okay? Because you're already preparing for it, feeling how you're going to feel when you get it. So now the universe has to match that vibration by actually giving it to you. And that's how you manifest, you know. That's why confidence is key. Faking it till you make it is key. Because if you don't know what you want, you can't manifest it. It's not going to be attracted to you if you don't even know what you want. So first, you got to know what you want. Make plans of what you're going to do when you get it. And then sit back and wait on it. That's just basically it. It's very simple. People complicate things by doubts and fears. So, yeah, know what you want. Have the confidence. Will it. And sit back and wait on it. It's coming, you know. And sometimes it comes faster. Sometimes it comes slower, but if you know what you want, it's on its way. If you don't know what you want, it's not on its way. Okay? So figure that out first. How to release fear. Just don't stop caring what people think, and stop caring about you know, what you might lose. Think about what you could gain. Okay? Let's see. I'm trying to read some of these. Dang. Okay. Okay, someone says the first thing a man does when he moves up the economic ladder is drop the woman that he was with when he had nothing. That's true. You very seldom see rich men with the first women they were with. You know, their original wives, spouses, girlfriends. They drop them. They're like, I'm done. I can afford what I really want. Okay. Because most men, believe it or not, they settle for what they can get. And the more money they got, you know, they want to upgrade their woman, you know. They want to upgrade. They want to look like the next person with money walking with their, you know, 10. You know, they want to look like that they fit into the world that they you know, that they're economically in. They want to look like they fit in. They can't fit in dragging around somebody that don't fit in, you know, that doesn't look the part. So yeah, that's why a lot of men will drop their day ones, even though they lied and said that they wouldn't. You know, things change, and they do. Let's see. What do you think about friends with benefits? I think they're good if you don't catch feelings for them, and it is what it is. Because a lot of times these women be getting too attached. Like, oh, we started off as friend with benefits, and I think I love him now, but he's dating other women, and I don't want to know how to get him, and blah blah. When you signed up for that, you signed up for no strings. So stop catching feelings, okay? If you're gonna have a friend with benefits, then keep it like that, okay? You're gonna go fall in love with somebody else. Let's see. Yeah. Someone said, I only do friends with real benefits, like money, right? Insurance. um, do you recommend keeping a deadbeat dad from seeing his daughter if you have a rich man who wants to be the only father? I think morally that would be wrong. But I can see why you would want to do it, but I think morally and legally it could be wrong. And then the child might resent you later on in life for keeping them from their real dad. So, and if that man with money is so controlling, you might want to get some of that control because, as a woman, if you let men control you, I don't care how much money they got, it's not worth it. So, you know, you know what? If it were me, I would let the deadbeat dad see the child and all the good stuff this rich man is doing for him, for her, or whatever the child is, a girl or a boy. I will rub it all up in his face and be like, "Hi," that's what I would do though. But I'm petty like that, so. Okay. Uh, aren't aren't benefits emotional for women, not sexual? Um, I think women get attached too easily to men, especially after they have sex with them. If you're going to go into a mutual friends with benefits situation, you have to basically think like a man. This is just for satisfaction. This is just for satisfaction. Nothing more. No attachment. There's other people that I like. You don't fit the deal. You're just some sex. Okay? So basically a friend with benefit has to be someone you would never consider marrying. If your friends with benefit is not broke with bad credit, then you are probably gonna fall in love. Okay. Oh, I know we have trolls here. That's okay. They make life more exciting. If you don't have haters or trolls, you have not arrived. Okay. Let's see. How do you feel about older women dating younger men? Ooh, I could never do it. I mean, when I get old, I would never date younger men. And when I get old, you know, I don't know, I'm probably going to be single or widowed because my husband is older and I'm still look good. But I don't think I could ever date a younger man. I would feel like, I would feel silly, unless they were ugly. If they ugly, then, and you look good, but you're old and they ugly and young, it could work. But I feel like people would look at you and judge you a lot if you look ridiculously older than the boy. I don't know. I don't feel any certain way about it, but I wouldn't do it. I need an old man. I'll get an old man with silver hair before I go date something younger. Okay. Anyways. Yeah. And besides, if you're dating a younger man, you're going to probably have to take care of him. And he's dating an old woman for a reason. Okay. Where did you get this top from? This is a dress, darling. This is from Fashion Nova. And I forgot what it's called, but it's from Fashion Nova online. I like their website. They have very nice clothes for curvy bodies and a good price. So, Fashion Nova. The quality is good. It's not like that cheap fabric. It's thick. You can't see through it. It's good quality. Yeah. And that's why you can get a lot of your nice clothing for cheap. Like if you're dating, they have the latest trends. The price is good. They have classy stuff and trashy stuff. colors are best when trying to attract a man while out and about? Okay, men love red, and they love anything that's sleek and sexy. Okay. I don't really wear red, so like if you can get close to red, like a maroon or a pink or something that stands out and looks feminine and sexy, I would do that. Like browns and blacks and blues, they're not so eye-catching. So and then if you're sitting there in a very feminine color, they will more likely treat you like a lady. What kind of shoes am I wearing? Oh, hold on. I'm not wearing them, but I'll show you what I plan on putting on. These little faux suede lace up like heel shoes. And this color is like a taupe or a dark brown. I don't know, it's like a gray and brown mixed together. That's what I'm wearing. That's my outfit. I was actually gonna go shopping today, but I decided to go live with y'all. That's why I'm sitting here dressed up with no place to go. I was like, let me save me some money and just go live. Yeah. Let's see what. Dang, did I zoom in? Hold on, I zoomed in by accident. How do I zoom out? Okay, there I go. Do you suggest women reading books about men before dating? I think like reading a book would help, and you would know the games that they're trying to play on you, but they might know that too. Like you might sound too rehearsed, you know? So be careful with that. Okay, I'm trying to read some back comments. Okay. Are Fashion Nova's clothing size accurate? Yes, they are. I feel like they are. But make sure if you get something fitted, it's gonna be fitted. It's not gonna be baggy. It's gonna be fitted. So, I think it's true to size. If you're going to get the curvy, they have a curvy section, a curvy plus section, and then the regular section. If it would be more like a junior plus size, not like the regular. So if you're going to shop in that department, it's like more like junior plus, you know what I mean? It's a little bit smaller than regular. So say like an extra large would fit more like a large. Just saying, just like go one size up if you have to. Let's see. Do I think it's harder for darker women to find a rich man? No, I don't. People keep asking me this. I keep telling you about my friend who was dark, and she met men with more money than my husband, and she got married. She drive a BMW. He bought her a bar and a house, and he's a white guy, but you know, you go where you're wanted. You know, don't try to fit in where no one wants you. You know, a lot of black men will not date darker women because they don't want their children coming out dark. Let's just say it. Everyone has heard that, you know, and people are attracted based on what they want their children or an offspring to look like. So it's been mentally put into their heads that, oh, if you date a dark person, your child's gonna come out dark, and they're gonna have a hard life because you had a hard life because you was dark, and people told you that you weren't this and that. But the truth is, it's all what you believe. You know, if someone told me that I was overweight all my life, and you can't get nothing if you're overweight, you'll never get married if you're fat, If I believe that, then I'll still be single, okay? So it's all about what you believe. If you believe that, then it's going to be true for you. If you don't believe that, it's not true for you, okay? If you want a certain type of man that don't want you, then that's not very smart, you know? You can't force people to want you. if they don't love you for who you are, then move on to someone who does. You know what I'm saying? My mom is dark skinned and she been married 5 times. Okay? She married a Puerto Rican, a white guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about that, It's about how you feel about yourself and what you're willing to accept and not accept. Sorry, y'all. I have to plug in my phone. So I don't people feel sorry for themselves because they feel like color is an issue. Well, go find someone who loves the color. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go and try to find someone who wants a skinny, petite, short Asian woman. Oh, they don't like me. No, I'm going to find someone who wants exactly what they see in front of them. Okay? It says darker women have it harder. Well, I feel like my mom had it really hard, but she went with people who liked her dark skin. She married men who loved her dark skin. And then her life became very easy. Okay? So, get in where you fit in. It's not about, you can't be mad that someone does not treat you right. Go where people treat you right, Demand good treatment, Have your standards high. If you walk into a room already defeated because you feel like they're going to treat you bad because of your skin tone, then that's the frequency and vibration that you're putting out. So that's how they're going to treat you. If you go in a room acting like you own it and you own the place and you're confident in your darkest skin, they're going to see that and respect it, and they're going to treat you with respect. And I don't care how many people will disagree, it's not true. And my best friend that I used to hang out with, she was dark, and the one I told you got married, and we were single together, and the men would approach me, the men would approach her, and she might have gotten mad if one that she liked approached me and didn't approach her, but she got the rich white man who bought her a bar, a house, a car. You know what I'm saying? So in the end, she won. Okay, she won. She got nicer everything than me. Okay, she won. So her life is easier than mine now. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Yeah. So anyways, I don't think color is a problem. I think preference is a problem. Like, if they don't prefer you, move on to someone who does. If you feel like you're being mistreated, go around people that treat you right. Okay, that's common sense. Okay, let me read. Okay, white men care more about body shapes than skin tones. Right. It depends on them. I don't know. If they're old, they'll take anything. Okay, if they're young, they probably want you to be like a model. Okay. So the older you get, the more you can eat. Okay, just putting it out there. Hi, everyone who's saying hi. Let's see. How do you deal with a guy who used you, got what he wanted, and left you? You deal with it as a life lesson, and you say, never again. Well, let anybody use me, I'm going to use them. That's how you become wise, Now you already know what guys want and that they're just out to use you. So guess what? Some of them will use you, some of them won't use you. But you'll be able to spot the ones that want to use you because you dated the user. So you'll see the red flags pop up. You'll see, okay, that's what that last one did. Okay, I think he's trying to use me. You'll be wiser and smarter for dating a loser. Okay. For me, I would just be like, you know what? I wouldn't be mad at it. I'd be like, okay, I was used. I was dumb. Okay, now I'm smart, and that will never happen again. If I thought bad thoughts about him and was mad at him, and somehow a car hit him or something, or bad luck happened to him, oh well. But if I'm not going to really go and do anything or waste my time crying over it because, it happened. And I'll be like, you know what? I would be more mad at myself for not seeing the red flags. And then I would take the lesson, and then I would tell other people. If I saw, them dating a man who was a user, I was like, he's using you. I see the red flags. I would help other people with the information and the knowledge that I gained, like I'm doing now, and help them, because, you can turn that around. You can turn that into helping people. You can turn that into being able to see it in other people, and you've gained more than you lost, Okay, let's see. I'm gonna see. Are y'all just having a conversation here? It says most women over 25 are bitter. Well, that's because they've seen all the red flags, and they see the red flags popping up all over you. Okay, so if most women are bitter towards you, it's because they see the red flags popping up everywhere on you. Ding, ding, ding. Red flag, red flag. So the more red flags that pop up, the more bitter they get with you. Okay, they start off nice. Hi, how are you? Okay, you give them some kind of, red flag, bitter strike number 1. Okay, another red flag pops up, bitter strike number 2. Yes, it's wrong because they're judging you based on someone else's action. But if you keep, if you acting like them and you're going down the same path as, the person who wronged them, are doing, they're not going to see you as, potential. They're just going to be bitter with you because they can see exactly the type of person that you could actually turn into. They see your bad potential. If you want to get someone who's not bitter, you have to get someone who's not experienced. You have to, or somebody who don't care or who don't need you. You have to get somebody who is dating multiple men with more money than you, and who don't even see you as potential. They're not going to be bitter with you because they don't plan on being with you long. Okay? Or they don't plan on even falling for you. Or you got to get someone really young who doesn't know any better. Okay, how do you get your man to take you shopping? You don't get your man to take you shopping. You get his credit card number. Okay? Or you start off online. Okay, this is how I do it. Okay, when he's laying in bed, you get your iPad or your phone and you start looking at stuff online. And then he'll think you're texting somebody, right? Because you'll be smiling. What are you doing? What are you texting? Then show him the stuff that you're looking at. The dress or the purse, whatever. Oh, I'm looking at this. Oh, how much is it? Then now they know what you want. Now they know what you're looking at, your price range. Oh, it's this much dollars, I really want this. I got to figure out how to get this, And then I'm like, oh, well, maybe I can give you some money towards it, or maybe we can go shopping this weekend, or, because if he knows you want that kind of stuff and you like, certain things, or you want to go shopping, just like, and be joking, like, say, give me your credit card. I'm gonna, so I can buy it. Don't you want me to have nice things? You're in bed, y'all are playful, y'all naked. You can get anything out of a man when you're naked. So do that, and then like make him agree to take you shopping or something at that time. Get him while he's in bed. Get his credit card number while he's in bed, and you're on your phone. Just type it in and then save it for later. Be like, yeah, and then find him some stuff that he wants to. And say, you would look good in this. Oh my God, we should go shopping today. I know this really cute store, and they have the same type of clothes, but it's less expensive. So now he's getting excited because he knows he can spend less money, and he's getting something too. So you get him all excited about the stuff online that's overpriced, and then you say, well, I know where they sell the same type of stuff for cheap, and we can go shopping together and get a cute outfit and go out. Make him get excited about it. It's like, ooh, you would look so sexy in this. Oh my God, if you wore this, I would just be like all over you. Then he's gonna want to go buy you. Now pick out something you think I should wear. Okay, let him pick you something out, and then he'll be trying to go shopping every week. I promise you. Okay. Okay. I see there's some trolls in here. Y'all just ignore the trolls. Like, they're just here because they don't have anywhere else to be. If y'all know what I mean. Ain't got no job. They broke. They're single. So they're here. Welcome. Anyways. Just ignore them. Let them go back and see how stupid they look in the comments, Why are you here at 1:10 p.m.? You're supposed to be at work. You're supposed to be at school, at work, trying to earn some money. But you on my video live because you at home broke with no life, okay? At work making your money. Me too. I'm at work. This is my job right here. You too. Okay. Well, this is one of my many jobs. I have many jobs. People think I just sit around the house all day. I have many jobs. I have many jobs I do from home. Okay. I have an online store. I do readings, consultations, videos, all this, I do. I don't have to leave my house though. I can do it from my PJs or I can do it in, nice clothes. It depends on how I feel that day. So, okay, let's see. Ashira, you don't have to prove anything to anyone. Oh, thank you. Yes, I know. Answer what question? I don't see. Let me go back up. How did a person man? Okay, let's see. My ex keeps coming and going. He is rich and we I can't see this. We were in love, but he thinks he can't afford me and then leaves again. Scared. Okay. The best way to make a man come back permanently is to start dating a better man. I keep telling y'all. Okay. He say he doesn't think he can afford you. That means he needs to do better if he wants you, right? And if you have to do better. Like, just like CPS will take your child if you can't afford to take care of them. You got to do better if you want your child back. If he's not forced or, not forced. If he's not inspired to do better, to get you back, then he's reached his potential. And that's it. That's all he wants to reach. If he feels like he can't afford you and he lets you go, I think that's pretty nice because he's letting you go so that you can get something better. If he keeps coming in and out of the picture, basically what he's trying to do is see if that you've lowered your standards enough to be with him again. So if you haven't, then stop accepting him back. Encourage him to do better. It's like, look, if you really want to be with me, let's thrive to get you in a better position so that we can be happy. What are your goals? Don't you think you need to be, maybe you can look for a job that pays more, for the same thing that you're doing? Because some people don't leave their companies out of loyalty because they've been there so many years. But if you leave your company and go to another company and they're paying you like, way more money for doing the same thing and you don't do it, that's dumb, or if there's 2 classes you can take to put on your resume that will increase your pay, why won't you go take those 2 classes? You know what I'm saying? If you want to move up in life, you got to keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving. You can't stay stuck and say this is good enough, but you want nicer things or women you can't afford. You got to keep going, okay? Okay, how do you keep your life as positive and productive as possible? Don't care what other people think and do what you want to do. Be selfish. That's how you keep it. Not being selfish as far as not helping other people, but putting yourself first and foremost when it comes to goals and when it comes to making smart decisions. You always put yourself first before you put anyone, because even if you're a mom, you can't take care of your kids if you're not a priority. If you don't take care of yourself, if you don't make sure your credit's good, and you don't make sure you have a savings account, your kids are not going to benefit. So put yourself first, get yourself together. Don't care about what other people think, and only think about the things you want in life instead of the things you don't have. look at goals and not coulda, shoulda, wouldas, Set goals. I think setting goals is a way to stay positive because you have something to look forward to, Okay, let's see. Okay, my question is where to meet men and how do you gain experience in dating if you don't have much dating? Keep dating, go on a bunch of dates, even if you don't have to marry the people you date. You can just go and see what it is and how people react to you, what they seem to like about you, what they seem to don't like about you, the kind of questions they ask, ask them questions. Just date for fun for a while. Don't even date to have a relationship. Just date for free food like most guys think women do. Okay, go have fun. So just make sure you don't give them more than they're giving you. Like, for example, don't pay on dates, okay? That's not dating. If they want sex in return for a date, then cut it short and be like, no, or tell them it's that time of the month. Sorry. Maybe next time, and then don't ever call them back. Okay. I hate when guys want a coffee date. I leave them alone. Oh, yeah. I did a whole video on that. I think that's how this whole trolling business got started. That was the video that released the trolls. Don't go on coffee dates. Oh, my gosh. Look, I go to Starbucks every morning, every other morning. If somebody asked me on a date there, it would be like just driving through the drive-through at McDonald's to me. Okay, it's not a big deal. Also, people say, well, it's just a place to get to know the other person. And Well, you can do that over drinks at a bar. Okay, that's more of a date than a coffee shop. You can do that over lunch. You can do that over something. But coffee is like, when people say you want to get coffee, it's like they're too chicken to say, look, I like you. Let's go out. I want to impress you. Okay. There's no impressing with coffee. Okay. So that's strike number one. That's not even a real date because the man can't even impress you. Okay. So first of all, you're not impressed. Coffee does not impress anybody. Second of all, even if you order the most expensive thing on the menu, it's in a paper or plastic cup. That's not impressive either. So, you can't even get dressed up to show out, show how you, show your full potential. You can't even, you put on some highlighter and a bunch of makeup and a nice dress, and go to Starbucks, you look overdone. So your first impression has to be ugly, or not even ugly, but very, your first impression has to be like very neutral. And what if that's not how you want it to come off? Like, what if you want, it's like, look, I'm fabulous and I'm here. You can't do that at Starbucks in the middle of the daytime. You can't come out with highlight on fleek and sparkle and shine in the sun, in a nice outfit. You're going to look overdone. So, if that's the type of woman you are and you want to impress your date with, your looks and your dress and your attire and your nice heels, you can't do that at Starbucks. You just can't. So you probably hold out for a better date where you can wear your nice outfit and lashes and whatever you need to put on, so you can feel, like you want to feel. Because some people, I see people in Starbucks in shorts, flip-flops, stuff like that. And I'm not going on a date where somewhere you can wear shorts and flip-flops and not even wash your face. No. That will take me somewhere better. Okay, if I see them again, I'll block. Okay? But someone told me to block somebody. If I see them again, I'll block them. Okay, I blocked them. Okay. Hopefully they're gone. You can't see them no more. Okay. Do you have a plan B? Yeah, it's called insurance policy, baby. Plan B is insurance policy. Um, because I don't plan on leaving my husband. This death do us part. Okay, that's my plan B, the insurance. I plan on being a widow. I don't think I'll ever remarry. um, don't want to remarry. Don't need to. I'll have money. Okay, so plus, when you have kids, you don't want to rush to remarry after their dad, passes away. And plus, if I marry someone, they don't have to have way more money than me, and that's gonna be hard to find. So when the insurance policy kicks in, that's gonna be hard to find. So I might as well stay single. You know what I'm saying? And just hold the honor. you know Maybe I'll be like Beyonce's mom and wait till my kids get grown and have kids, then I'll get remarried. Okay. Yes. Anyways, let's see what else y'all are saying. Don't be late to work now. Somebody said they was gonna be late to work. Somebody's mad because I'm telling the truth. Don't be mad because I'm honest. You should be more worried if I'm sitting up here lying to you guys. Y'all should be more worried about a liar. Okay, at least I'm honest with mine. At least I know who I am and what I want. A lot of people, y'all don't know that. People keep telling me to write a book. You know what? I'm going to get that software that you just talk and it types whatever you're saying. And that's how I'm going to write my book, because I don't like typing and editing and all that kind of stuff. I hate it. So I'll have to get the software and then maybe I can do it. What if he does not take you out on a proper date? Perhaps okay, I had to block someone. So if he doesn't take you out on a proper date, I think he's not trying to impress you. And if a man is not trying to impress you, that means he don't value you. Okay? You're not the one, and you're not special, and you're not worth impressing. So cancel it or don't go back out with him. Okay? Yes. If your date is not trying to impress you, it's not a date. Yeah, you're just someone they're setting up to have sex with later on, when the real person that they're probably gonna take on a proper date shows up. You're just like the placeholder. Okay. I want to write a book. Let me look for that software online, y'all, because I hate typing. I'm looking for the software where you speak and it types. And then edits itself. How can I get my boyfriend of 4 years to propose? He wants to wait until he can afford a nice ring, and he wants to wait until I'm out of school. Y'all, they're building a house behind me. I think that's smart, because obviously he knows that if he doesn't have his stuff together and he's not responsible enough to save up for a ring, and you're out of school and school is paid for and done with, that the engagement or the marriage will have problems. So respect that. I feel like at least he just didn't say no and I don't want to marry you. It's like he's trying to do right. Let him do right. You're in school, okay? It's like, that's why a lot of women date older men, because they can already afford the ring. They don't have to wait and work and save and scrunch, to buy something small, But if you're in love with someone that's your own age and y'all are both in school or whatever, then you have to respect that. You have to wait. You have to wait, or you gotta, You got to sell something or you got to wait, and or go into debt. Don't go into debt over no ring, okay? If your man can't afford to buy you a ring straight up, then let him save for it. Should she start dating another man to speed things up? No, because he's trying to do right. Like, I feel like if he tells you he wants to buy you a nice ring and wait till you're out of school, I think that's having their priorities in order, because some men will sit up and say, "Oh, I want you to have my baby," not even be in school, not even asking about a ring, not even talking about a ring. So wait, if you think it's an excuse not to marry you or get engaged to you, and you think he's just putting you off, then let's just ask him to buy you a promise ring, a little small promise ring. It doesn't have to be a diamond, just a promise ring. At least you have something to put on your finger, Let's see. Auntie Fee. Somebody's talking about Auntie Fee. And then somebody said she died. Did she die? Or she was missing. I don't know. You know what? A lot of these people that troll have like multiple accounts. That's how you know they're like a professional troll that doesn't have a real job. When you have 8 accounts to troll on, you ain't got no life. You got 8 emails. That is sad. Okay, let me see. How to train your man to being in your puppet. Okay. You got to put the fear in them. You got to make them fear losing you to someone better. Not just someone random, but someone better. Okay? Men hate to think of the fact that you're doing better when you leave them, or that they can lose you to someone better. That's why you always have to remind them, Like, I'll give y'all a good example. So I don't like cleaning, right? I hate cleaning the house. I hate sweeping, vacuuming, mopping. So I tell him, look, I hate mopping. I hate cleaning. I don't want to do it. He says, but you don't even work. You stay at home. I was like, I do work. I work online. And it's like, well, I was like, and plus, if I would have married, such and such and such, we would have had a maid. And I never pictured myself cleaning up as a wife, like being married, unless it's like dishes or something like that you have to do. But I'm not scrubbing and mopping and sweeping and all that kind of stuff. I might sweep a little bit, but I'm not doing all that hard manual labor. I'm not scrubbing toilets and stuff like that, because I feel like I deserve a maid. I said I must have been royalty in a previous life, because I just can't do it. I'm sorry. When I used to date, all the guys I used to date, they had cleaning services, So now, guess what? We have cleaning service. You just have to let them know, like, that's not okay. I'm not going to yield. That's something I will not compromise on, That's just something that you're going to have to tell him, look, this is what I want. If you can't do it, I'm not doing it, So basically, yeah, don't cave in. Get what you want, okay? Always get what you want. If you can't get what you want from your man, then he ain't your man. You should be able to get what you want from your man. Like, my husband knows my dream car, right? I know his dream car, Every time we see it, we're like, oh, look, there's your dream car. Oh, look, there's your dream car. Oh, he tells me, oh, you can have that one day, right? You can have that if you want it. I'll give you this. I'll give you the down payment. Da, 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 da. I can have what I want. But I have to be smart. It's like, no, no, no. Because that down payment can pay for us to start a business, or that down payment can pay for a franchise that we can buy, or that down payment can be like, part of the college tuition for Layla or Sasha. I was like, I don't need that. Let's invest. Let's build our money so that, if I want that in 2-3 years, I can just go buy it cash. Okay. A lot of people go into debt by buying stuff instead of investing and building wealth first. They'll buy the stuff that people can just pay cash for, wealthy, and then they'll put themselves in debt over it. What you got to do, like my next door neighbors, okay, one of them, the DEA, his wife, she used to work at a post office and now she doesn't. So they're getting ready to buy a franchise, a Chick-fil-A franchise. And so she has to go work at Chick-fil-A to get the experience in order to be able to own the franchise, okay? So she drives an old car, okay? Her car is not even, in this decade, but she's getting ready to be an owner of a Chick-fil-A, okay? That's how real wealthy people think. They don't think flash. They don't think, oh, I'm going to get this nice car, but I'm going to be in debt and have to struggle to pay for it, and my kids aren't going to be able to go to school. When she finishes what she's doing and she owns that Chick-fil-A, she's going to be able to buy whatever car she wants, whatever car her kid wants, you know what I'm saying, when they get old enough to drive. And maybe have a second car, you know what I'm saying? So you got to think smart. Like poverty minds do not think like this. They think, oh, I want to be seen, I want to flash. You can't do that. Like right now, the car that I drive is a Jeep. Okay, I could have had the car I wanted because I pay triple my car note, so I can pay my car off quick. Okay, because that's gonna be Layla's car when she turns 16, and then I'm gonna go get my dream car because by then I'll have more than a couple of businesses started. That's my plan. Okay, you got to be smart. If you're gonna date a man with money and have the means and money to play around with, make money off of it. Don't just spend it on purses and shoes. Okay. Y'all see I shop at Fashion Nova. I'm not up in the designer stores. But I have a nice house, So if you're gonna date a rich man, use that to your advantage to build something for yourself and your kids too. Okay, don't just spend up the money. Cause like my sister did that. She bought a bunch of Gucci purses and shoes and didn't save anything. Didn't start any businesses, and then they divorced, and she was left with not that much, but she did get a settlement, but for all the money she spent on shopping, she could have been super rich by now. She could have had like 4 franchises, Anyways, buy a business, even if it's an online business. Okay, I'm trying to look back in the comments. Who's trolling? Write their name out and I'll just look for them as they pass by. I see one. I got this one. Hold on. Block. Gosh, there's so many unemployed people that are online trolling. God, y'all need to be watching how to get rich videos, how to get a job videos. Y'all need to be on this channel, okay? Because you ain't gonna get no woman if you broke, okay? Okay, let's see. Someone asked me if I'm a she-male. If I was, even if I was a she-male, I would tell you. Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm honest about everything else. Why wouldn't I be honest about being a man? I would not want to be a man. Like, I would not want to be a man. Even if I died and came back, I would still want to be a woman. I don't think that life is easier for men. I think life is easier for women. I feel like that's why a lot of men turn into women, because there's lots of perks, okay? If I was a man, I would be a she-male, okay? But I'm a woman, so I'm stuck with being a woman. But if I were a man, I would still look like this, because women have it much easier. They can get what they want, because men are driven by looks and sex, and most of the time women can kind of manipulate and get what they want. So I understand why some men would want to be a woman. And they feel, or some that's one of the reasons. And some of the reasons is like, they maybe were born feeling like a female. I don't know, but even if I was a man, I would be a proud she-male. But I'm not. I'm a woman. I got ovaries. I had kids. So sorry. Plus, men are more flawless than women. Like, if I was a man, I'd have this pronounced, I don't know. I'd have bigger teeth, bigger hands. But I'm pretty tall for a woman. I'm 5'10", so, Okay, let's see. If I was a she-male, I'd still be winning. That's right. I would still be winning. Can you show your booty? Unfortunately, I am a married woman, and I respect, my husband. And if my butt would get me more views, and I was single, I might be one of them Instagram people taking pictures of my butt. But I think this is my greatest asset right here. Okay. Besides, when I was young, butt pics did not exist. Okay. When I was young, it was all about boobs and teeth. Okay. Now it's about butt first. It's like, how baboons take pictures. They take pictures of a baboon's butt. No, it's not. To me, unless someone's taking a picture of you and they focusing on your butt, I think the butt pic is like very unclassy. I'm sorry. I'm not judging. I'm just saying I wouldn't do it. Okay, I wouldn't do it. I feel like it's kind of like saying, this is the best part of me. Look. Oh, and here's my face. Just in case you want to know what I look like. So, no. Not showing you my booty. Okay, if I'm seeing, I see trolls, so I try to block them when I do see them. Like calling me a she-male is not really offensive, because they look good. Shoot, if you think I'm a she-male, thank you. That means I did something right. My makeup is on fleek. Because they don't play around. Okay. So to me, that's a compliment. You think I'm a man, that's a compliment. That means I did a good job today on my makeup. Okay, anyways. Well, I've been on here probably for an hour and a half. I think that's a little long, so I'm about to wrap it up. So if y'all have any last questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. Thanks. Would you want to come back as a black woman? Of course. Because I don't age as fast. Darker skin ages slower. That's scientific. Let's see. I know women who are in their 60s who still look like 30. So, of course, I think melanated skin ages a lot slower. Like I don't have to have Botox. I don't need, plastic surgery. I don't need, I know some of the girls that I went to high school with who are light or, Caucasian, they got and no offense, because we all age different. They might be skinny and have a perfect body, but they got some crow's feet. I admire their legs and their thin waist, and they admire my wrinkle-free face. So no, I would want to only come back as something that as someone. But you can choose, choose who you come back as. Some people come back as a man, some people come back as a woman, some people come back white, black, some people choose to come back the same, so it's up to you. But yeah, I would want to come back the same. Somebody said I'm skinny. They're skinny, not me. Well, yeah, my daughter is skinny. She's so skinny. She's gonna be like supermodel, because I know she's gonna be tall. Anyways, thank you. I'll see y'all. Okay, let me read this one last question and then I'm out. 2 questions. How do you feel about manipulative men or women who try to bring down your self-esteem when you're hot and they know your few insecurities? You talk yourself right back up. Like, you gotta talk yourself right back up. They say, oh, nobody will want you, you're not this and you're not that. And so then why do you want me? And why are you all over this? You must like it. That means somebody else will like it. You talk yourself right back up and you say, you know what? I look good. And I'm sure there's other men who will kill to be in your place. Believe me. Okay. If I walk outside right now, somebody was gonna want this. Okay. Just tell them straight up. When they try to put you down, tell them straight up. No. I know who I am. I know what I can do. You don't let people talk down to you. You talk yourself right back up as soon as they start talking you down. That way they won't do it again, because they're going to feel stupid afterwards. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to read the last question I saw. How do you deal with guilt of having many partners? Should you be honest with your potential husband or not? If you don't have a ring on your finger and they have not asked you to marry them or let you know that they're serious about being with you, and you're still dating other people, maybe you should just have a talk with them. Look, until you're serious about marriage, I'm going to leave my options open. I'm not lie to them though. You guys say, I'm not going to, decline any potential, offers if they come to me, because I am technically single. If there's someone who is marriage minded and on the same page as I am and, know what they want, then of course I'm going to consider that. We've been dating this many years and you're not ready for marriage and I have to beg and plead, then obviously the choice, we're not on the same page. So you got to kind of just break it down to them, or just don't have guilt. Like, some people don't have guilt. Some people say, well, they'll talk about it with themselves in their mind and rationalize it. And they'll say, well, we're not married, so technically I'm not cheating because we're not married. I'm just exploring my options. And, what if he doesn't marry me? Then I'll be stupid if I don't. So I don't feel guilty. No. So you just have to rationalize it away. Make up an excuse why you're doing it. And just don't feel guilty about it. If you feel guilty, that means you feel like you shouldn't be doing it. So then stop. If you don't feel guilty, then keep on doing what you're doing, Okay, if you've had many sexual partners in the past, should you be honest about the number or not? No, you just lie. Just keep lying, okay? Or you say, I can't remember. It was like, or you just telling them amount of boyfriends you had. That's good enough, okay? I've had like 5 boyfriends and I don't sleep outside of relationships. That's what you tell them. But they're going to know you're lying. They just want to hear something, okay? So just tell them a lie that sounds good and believable. That's what I did. Like, it's like, I only slept with my boyfriends and who I was in a relationship with, and, If I slept with anyone else, I really don't remember because it was not really significant. I really don't sleep around like that, right? So that's what you tell them, you know. You don't. Why do people think that you have to be honest? You know, like, what if someone said, "Oh, how many men have you slept with?" and you said some large number that they could not get over? Then they're gonna always see you as having sex with that many people at the same time. You know, they're gonna make it worse in their mind. Oh, she had sex with all those people. You know, so don't tell them the truth. Never tell the truth about stuff like that. First of all, that's none of their business. And if you want to tell them, at least make up something that sounds believable and good at the same time. So many people feel like you got to be open and honest and da-da-da. That does not get you where you want to go in life. Okay, ask anybody who's anywhere. They didn't get there through honesty, and if they did, they lying. It's called what do they call it in writing? Embellishment. Creative license. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go now since I will see y'all on the next one. I'll probably try to go live. I'll try to go live every week or every other week, and I'll put out a notice like I did this time, maybe a day before, maybe I'll go live every Friday on this channel because I know a lot of people have been asking me to go live, so I did. So I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Don't get pregnant by losers. Don't date any broke men. And make sure you're subscribed if you're new. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.